And senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez joins me live now for more on this. Louis, experts from the U.S., NATO, and Poland now all say that the missile that landed in Poland likely came from Ukraine, an accident. So why is President Zelenskyy pushing back on that?
That's a great question, Diane, and Pentagon officials really don't have a good explanation for it. There's some speculation that potentially this is President Zelenskyy trying to continue the barrage of criticism about Russia's invasion, trying to keep the pressure on Russia. What you heard from Pentagon officials and the United States officials and NATO is that, yes, this may have been and was most likely a Ukrainian air defense missile that strayed or missed its target and landed inside Poland, but that ultimately the real blame should be attributed to Russia because they're the ones that led to the invasion. They're the ones that continue launching these air missile strikes inside of all of Ukraine. So maybe this is some part of Zelenskyy doing his own effort to try to push the blame towards Russia more directly. But you're right. I mean, Pentagon officials, you're talking to NATO, you're talking to Poland. They all believe very strongly that this was an air defense missile that came from inside of Ukraine. And how do they know that? They know trajectories. They know even serial numbers. They can quickly figure this out. And there's an American team that's actually embedded with the Polish investigators who have the lead at that location where the missile struck. So a lot of certainty on the U side, even though the investigation is not completed, but Zelenskyy is still holding his own, and it's hard to explain why.
Now, Louis, yesterday, U.S. Army General Mark Milley said the probability of Ukraine winning this war isn't high because of the significant amount of combat power that Russia still has. So what does that mean for Ukraine to hear that even after making these major gains recently?
No, definitely on the battlefields of Kherson and elsewhere, as we saw around Kharkiv, the Ukrainians have the momentum. They're the ones that are on the offensive right now. And so you hear that from General Milley, who's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and he's bringing his own analysis to it, saying that, look, the Ukrainians, despite this momentum, don't have the necessary resources right now that Russia has. Russia has suffered some major battlefield losses, especially in those two places that I just mentioned. But at the same time, they still have those short supply lines from inside Russia. They still have massive amounts of artillery, and tanks and vehicles, even though they've taken massive hits with that. And, of course, the 100,000 casualties, that's killed and wounded, that they've suffered already since the start of the invasion at the end of February. But Milley making the case that it's not really winnable right now for either side, and that as we move forward into this winter, there will still be fighting, but that it opens up a window for negotiations, because ultimately I think anybody you talk to is going to say that the only way to end this conflict is with negotiated peace elements.
All right, Louis Martinez, we appreciate it as always. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.